Hi guys, I am trying to do really interesting series this month. As you notice, I did Gypsy and I did monthlies because we are going into this Mercury Retrograde. So check my Mercury Retrograde video. I'm going to put it somewhere in the corner if I remember, and if not, just cruise my channel. I just post it on the same day. And I figured, because many of you will want to know if their X is coming back. So here is the X series here. X series is still, I guess, on a special. It's not $65, it is still $50, so take advantage of it. Check me on cattarot.ca, www.cattarot.ca. And I also have a speed up promotion, so you get it within a week. So it's a good time to kind of grab it. And also, whatever it is, a general reading here doesn't have to be you. So that's a good news or bad news depending on what the reading is. I am using these cards. They are from a different deck. I have the same cards in this deck. For example, these are just the titles of the book, and they are kind of signifying to me the category. It took me quite a few years to develop the concept that actually works, that I can actually really securely say the answer. So this category here is going to tell me really everything that is going on for you as a couple. This is going to tell me everything that is ungluing you as a couple. So here I'm going to be able to know if your relationship is ever if there is a possibility for ever making it. I'm using the fire here for dating because Queen of Wands and Knight of Wands, whether you're like girl to girl, boy and boy, maybe you should use woman to woman to be politically correct, and I hate being politically correct. And the energies and communication in between. The reason why I'm using Wands is, one, I'm rule breaker. I'm Aquarius, and I don't like to follow things, especially when they don't make sense. So astrology and tarot can be linked together. It does make sense, but when we are dating, we all shift initially, and even when we kind of reunite with someone, we don't go immediately, okay, thanks for coming, I'm going to just sit on a couch and finish my movie. No, we don't go to our regular mode. We are into this dating mode, and that is action, that is fire. So that's why I'm using fire. And these two categories are going to really tell me about the outcome. One, if this is in your best interest, if karma really wants you to do that, and really what is the next step and how is this going to progress. So now when you have this common introduction, please don't ask me why do I have the same cards everywhere, because each and every time it happens. So I was really quick with this, and I'm going to go and start with the reading for each sign. So let's go. Hi Taurus, welcome to your Mercury Retrograde reading, and believe it or not, I had a microphone on mute, so there I am. I'm starting to record again. So these kind of things would happen. So make sure you check my Mercury Retrograde video as well. So guys, this is a general reading. This can be you, it doesn't have to be you. So I'm going to just give you a general messages, and to get this reading, book it via my website www.cattarot.ca. This is on a special. So let me tell you what I see, Taurus. I do see that there is a tendency that you want to come back, absolutely, even though this relationship doesn't sit right. You're sad, you think this is the one that has kind of gone away, so you think that, you know, maybe this person is there just for the sex, but this person may be unavailable. And when I see King of Wands reversed, this kind of usually tells me the person who is so charismatic, so much fun to be around, that kind of a person who is going to tell the truth in a way that it looks like a joke. So sort of you think I am married? Really? Why would you think that? So they didn't say yes or no. and yes, they are very likely married. In this case, this is telling me that this is possibly a person who is in a relationship with somebody. There is that flavor of a third party over here, that this was like more or less kind of like flesh relationship, but somehow I feel that you still want to kind of continue that. For some reason you do see potential, for some reason you feel the possible stabilization that can happen, etc., etc. So let's see, where do we go from there? Page of Wands, Ace of Cups. Absolutely, I can feel how Mercury retrograde will be affecting you. Look at this. It's Ace of Cups falling in this category with what things are basically unglued, what things need to repair. This cannot be just about sex. You're like really clear about it. You actually really want to put more into it. This is that Ace of Cups energy that is lacking. So the spark, hey, you know, seduce me. Looks like somebody just knocks on the door and thinks that within 5 minutes they have to be in bed. So you have to sometimes just watch the action. Try to put your partner on mute and just to see how it goes, and to see if this person really has the spark in the eye, if this person is really asking you how your day went, wants to listen to your problems. Because if they don't, you have to kind of like take it for what it is at that stage. I think you're kind of getting to some level of understanding. So there are two partners. I'm seeing the energy in between. Somebody, I would say it is you guys, Taurus, that you kind of like felt stuck about this whole energy, that you were struggling or trying to kind of convince somebody that you are the one, and you're kind of getting this understanding. Look at this. It's completely getting in your head. You're kind of like completely going to spend lots of time thinking through this, and you're going to get to the point in saying, you know what, I shouldn't really play poker with sweaty palms, as I said, meaning it's enough to be, it's stop being in denial, stop being in fear, stop kind of like going through where is he, where is she, what is she doing. It's kind of like you're going to realize how much this really affects your life and how unproductive this is, because they are running their life and they're really happy in their life. Like, that looks to me like really not right. It's not in balance for sure. There is definitely this soulmate kind of like a feeling in it, because they'll be reminiscing about each other all this time. But look at this, they're not committing. They don't want to commit. They have too much on their plate. There is definitely most likely a different person over here in this whole circumstance, and you always feel like, why is he or she better than me? Why did you not pick me? And you're not understanding. This is not about you or the other person. This is about that person. This is about who this person is, or what kind of material they have been made from. If something's made out of burlap, it's not going to be smooth sleeping on it, right? It's going to be really rough. And that's why I'm saying, like, try to turn the volume button down and just kind of try to look in the actions of this person and to see really what basically, look at this karmic soulmate. We're having 3 6s right now. 6 6 6. Also, when I see this many 6s, you know how they say the numbers are repeating, and I'm going to do the next video on my other channel about these appearances of 1 1 1, 2 2 2, and so on and so forth. So now seeing 6 6 and 6 that I'm seeing over here, it's definitely telling me about this karmic soulmate, which means it's coming to get us to kind of like reach our potential, reach what we want to reach. In your cases, look, you're getting discarded, you're completely out of balance, you're pushed out to a point that you probably won't be able to stand. Look at this, Pentacle, Pentacle, Pentacles. This is all you guys. You're not feeling yourself. Look at this, Queen of Pentacles. You just like feel, even if you come to this relationship, you're going to be alone in this relationship. So what is the point? There is like not that give and take that I was just talking about. Let's see this. And I think you already know that they're going to see it at some point over here. And then you're going to reach this point again. Where do I go from here? Is this going to be a friendship? Is this going to be a relationship? What's next? It's kind of funny when you are kind of like ready to exit, and that's always goes, right? That's that child psychology. When one person is saying, okay, I had enough, when you're really certainly really fed up, not when you are like playing games. Well, the other person, oh, please don't go, don't go, don't go. But they're not giving up the other person they're with. Look at it. That's where it is. But this also could mean a different thing. So this actually has several meanings. Either you're going to say, this doesn't work for me anymore. I cannot do that. This is not fulfilling my needs. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to be treated properly. And I just like feel like I'm in subway station over here in this relationship. So hence, you know, this discussion might take place because you're asking basically about relationship. You're asking about if this ex is coming back. It looks like very early in this retrograde, you'll be the one chasing them to see, like, I mean, can they come, will they come, etc., etc. And they will tell you, I'm with somebody else. They will tell you, I'm kind of happy. But they will also come and tell you during Mercury Retrograde, I think about you. It's going to be one of those texts, hey, what are you doing, what's up? Which is going to make you so happy, but at the same time they're going to tell you, no, I don't want to commit. So it's going to go hot call kind of like scenario. Then you're going to say, you know, I really want to be with you, but this and this doesn't work for me. So which direction do we go? And then I guess he's going to probably try to come down to your terms, because look at his 8, 8, and 8 we have as well in your situation. So this kind of like talks about your uncertainty. This talks about emotional issues. This talks about not feeling stabilized, right? And here I think, okay, well, let's look into the details about that. The Temperance card is actually a good omen, right? We have here reversed because I'm trying to see what doesn't work. Here being upright is saying, maybe things can be glued, but let's see if they will be, because after all, it's Mercury retrograde and everything goes. So as I said, this is about them. It's not, well, it could be about you. Like if you're staying in a relationship that is not fulfilling your needs, and look at this, the 4th 8, then it speaks about you. It speaks that you have codependency. It speaks that you are not stabilized as a person, that you really didn't reach your potential, right? Because look what we have here. Like this is exactly what I was talking about. Look at this. We have somebody being really disgusted with everything. Maybe you're even in a more structured relationship. Maybe you're living with somebody, maybe you're married, and maybe you just don't want to be alone. But it's telling me that you're trying to kind of jump the gun. You don't have the knowledge of the whole situation. There is like this blindfolded moment over here, and there is the moon over here. So some circumstances are still not clear, and maybe you want to reach the clarity about it. You're really wondering how to go and where to go from this point on. Do you really want to grow this relationship? In kind of like, I think the consensus is yes, but at the same time there is like this kind of like backing off. There are like, I think, parts of this relationship that are repulsive to you, almost like you feel that you cannot reach this decision, that you want somebody else to reach this decision. And this is a really bad place to be, honestly. When I coach clients, when they tell me, yeah, I want him to break up, or yeah, I want to do something that she will have to kind of leave, that really speaks a lot about you, and you really have to think about kind of like tending to those issues. Being covered in one small instance is being covered in life. And I'm not saying that you're covered, but because here, I think, as I said, playing poker with sweaty palms, everybody knows you're bluffing. Everybody's calling your bluff, right? And you basically ultimately losing even good graces in the situation, and still trying to rebuild, which is kind of commendable. Taurus is known for that persistence, for this strength. That should be called card strength, should be you. But here you are, the Hierophant is your card, right? and it shows me that you're kind of like feeling at odds with who you are, not really feeling stabilized, because you can imagine this like big bull is maybe walking over the precipice on a tiny little string. It will be a very unnerving situation, and that's kind of like how it feels part of this period. But I think what's happening here after some thinking here, you see, this partner of yours or one of you really needs to kind of like attend to kind of like self-healing. This kind of two cards are almost like sisters in tarot. This is a big sister. The star is like about opening up, understanding, universal kind of like goodness for everybody else that is included. But this card is more or less understanding your own kind of like needs, what you need in order to commit, and when other people commit, or why do they commit. As I said, this either could have been a third-party situation, or this person has been with somebody already where you could have been the third party, or it could be like that. As I said, this person is so highly charismatic and simply they don't want to basically be with anybody. They just like simply want to take a life one day at a time and go where it goes, because this is telling me like no amount of talking, arguing is getting anywhere with this person. No amount of fact finding and what should be and shouldn't be is not going to get you anywhere. And hence the situation, okay, let's wait for him or her to make the decision. It's not going to be productive. But this is up to you guys. You can actually create your own solution and see where you go from here. So Taurus, I would love to hear your comments. That always gives me a little bit more insight in the cards, because tarot doesn't have the end. It has only the beginning, and you learn all the time. So I would really like to know how this resonates with you. And also, as I said, this is just a general reading. So for your private one, please contact me via www.cattarot.ca. Thank you so much, guys. I love you.